My pile of shame was getting out of hand. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and paint a box set for my pile of shame. But no, I've been sidetracked once again by this Adidas box. It has a bunch of models in there. Quite nostalgic actually, because I actually used to play with these when I was like 7. But I had a crazy idea. Why don't I repaint them? So that's what this video is going to be on. So we'll have a look in the box and we'll see what we're working with. We've got all sorts of random stuff in this box. But what drew my attention the most was all of the orc models in this box set. I found loads of orc boys. But as well as that, I found a runt herder and an orc war boss, Skazgul. Also a little Gretchen. So my plan for the painting was that for this video, I was going to pick out all of the models that look reasonably okay and didn't need a respray or stuff needed re-gluing, just so I could get straight onto the painting and figure out a colour scheme that was going to be pretty fast to repaint all these models. Rightio, so starting with Death Guard Green, I'm going to paint all of the flesh. Some of these orc boys didn't even have the flesh painted, just the clothing. So it made life much easier for me. So yeah, straight onto that, let's go. First model completed. Took me around 5 minutes to do that stage. Not too bothered about saving any of the painted facial features, since I'll just go over that. These models are pretty strange though, because the guy has painted everything other than the skin, and I always think the skin is the main thing on an orc. The skin's actually been painted on this model, but I'm not a big fan of that dark green colour, so I'm going to paint over it. Next I'm going to use Deathclaw Brown, and I'm going to use this paint to go over all of like the hand wraps, some of the leather parts, and them straps that go over their arms. Second stage done. Quick tea break, then we're straight back on it. Okay, we're back to painting. This wasn't really a stage, but using a bad and black, I painted some boots on this orc. He had cold feet, bless him. He was the odd one out, so I had to just catch him up with the rest. Next stage, we're going to use Word Bearer's Red, and this is going to go on all of the weapons, so all of the guns, and like the handles of the choppers. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of black guns for orcs, but it's just preference. I'm not trying to completely cover the weapon, because the black works quite well as like an undercoat, and it makes it look a bit more battle worn when the black comes through the red. Right, so next stage, we're going to be using this black wash, and I'm going to go over all of the model. I've been using this wash quite a bit recently, and I really like the look of the model after you've washed it. It tends to puddle a lot more than Nuln Oil, but it's quite easy to use. So on to the next two stages. I'm not going to show much of these stages because the lighting wasn't very good. So next I used Warboss Green, which I mixed with Corax White to lighten the colour. And I dry brushed all of the flesh, because after the wash, the skin looked really good, but a bit too dark. So we had to bring out all the details on the arm and lighten the colour of the skin. And then the stage after that, I used Corax White to paint all the teeth. Next, using Hogrot Hide, I'm going to paint over all of the blue clothing.
Then I dry brushed the weapons in Evil Sun's Scarlet, which is a lighter red, to highlight all the details on the guns. Then using Ironbreaker Silver, I painted all of the armour plates, the helmets, and anything metal really. Then with Ironbreaker Silver again, I painted the metal parts on all the boots, since they were only painted black. Then using Ironbreaker for the final time, I dry brushed all of the weapons, just to bring out that last bit of detail and make the guns look battle worn. I then used Avalanche Sunset to paint the weapon lenses. I then used Doomball Brown to repaint the trims of the bases. Then for the final highlighting stage, I painted all the gun barrels in a Baden black. This is how the models looked before. And here's what the finished models look like now. I think there's definitely an improvement, and all the painting stages were very simple, and there was hardly any paint in this colour palette, so I'm quite happy with them. Give me your thoughts on these models in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, and if you're new, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.